This gon' hit your sound wave, feel it in your soul. In the middle of the night, you gon' wanna move to this, yeah. Got the city on lock, I will never fall. NYC is what I rep, coming in real strong. You will know my name.
Neakyy show is back. It's your boy Nikki. It's a lot we gotta get into.
What's up, kings and queens? It's your girl Hiro, and we carrying it the royal way. You already know it's lit. Let's go.
It's
All right, so my name is Josh. I am owner of Brooklyn Podcasting Studio, and this is episode 1 of Talks with Nikki. How you guys doing today?
I'm good. I'm just trying to stay in the weather. It's a nice day outside.
Yeah, it's warming up out there.
Yes, sir.
Feels good.
Yeah, it was giving Need for Speed on the way here, but
Definitely was.
it was exciting. Good wine, good drink, you know.
Yeah, that New York traffic never fails.
Yeah, good champagne.
All right, so I know that you guys had a previous podcast, and for anybody that's out there viewing this or listening to this for the first time, obviously this is episode 1, and we want to get to know you guys a little bit, including myself. So the first thing I just kind of want to ask you is, like, I know you guys kind of did a previous show, same name, so the same name, Talks with Nikki, before?
Yes.
All right, so you guys kind of did, like, it was like a live show on Instagram and everything.
I did the live show.
Okay, you did the live show. Yeah. So what was that show like, and what can we expect with this new show, this new iteration in these brand new digs that you guys?
The live show was reach out to entrepreneurs and people that was really just trying to get to know me more as a person. Mm-hmm. And I talked to certain people, reached out to certain people, and want to get them in tune with it. I was sending them a lot of people so they could really see what's to look forward to.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So what's your background, Nikki?
My background, I'm a freelance photographer. Mm-hmm. If those don't know, I am. And I love photography. You know, I started doing photography about 2 years ago, and I started when my father passed away. And that was a big fall for me. So I just wanted to reach inside something to me to where I wanted to really do something different.
Okay. Were you doing photography before your father passed away? Or
I wasn't.
I wasn't. So when he passed away, was that kind of like?
Yeah, I think that, like, if I would
boost the.
Yeah, I feel like it was more like boom, like I was shooting a camera, learning it, and I thought that if I took a picture, might see my father in heaven.
Oh,
that was me. That was me.
Wow.
You know,
okay. So it was a real
That's
spiritual.
deep.
Yeah, it was a real spiritual thing for you.
Right.
I didn't even know that.
Right, for me. Yeah, it's no different.
That's cool. So you did that. So how many years have you been doing photography for?
2 years.
For 2 years. Okay. And primarily what kind of photography do you do?
Baby showers, events as far as kid events, personal shoots. I'm looking forward to doing weddings now because I want to get more in touch with that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I just love photography. Yeah. I just love it. Meeting people, just being around others, and like learning different traits from people. You learn things from people. So
yeah, was meeting people from photography kind of part of the reason why you started this?
Honestly, nah. It was more like my father.
Your father? Okay.
My father had to train me with that, and I feel like that's the only thing that really got me through that. One of my friends, Harry, you know, he was at the job one day, and he a photographer himself. Mm-hmm. He basically showed me how to use a camera, and with that, it just taught me a lot. You know, maybe I want to buy a camera now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now I just buy a camera and just get straight to it. So I got straight to it, and I learned the rest on my own, and I just paved the way. Okay. I could show someone else how to use a camera.
All right. Well, what was it that you liked about it initially? Like, what drew you to it?
Just how the picture look when you take it. It's like when you see just a picture how it's take. Like every camera different. Mm-hmm. You know, like I started with the Canon 6, the Canon Rebel T6. Mm-hmm. That's like
that's good. That's a good starter. That's a good starter. Yeah.
It's like the kit lens, but I have the Canon 6D Mark II now, so it shoots cleaner. With the megapixels and everything like that, so it's more like intact with that. Okay,
all right, very cool. I mean, that's an interesting story in terms of like your dad being the reason how you getting into it, man. I didn't know that.
That's really deep.
That was a big impact for me. That really changed me as a person when he passed away. So
you feel like he's a part of this journey with you?
Definitely is.
That's fire. Yeah.
And not to be ignored, Mr. Hiro. How we doing?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
All right. So let's find out a little bit about you. What's your story?
So I'm a singer-songwriter. Mm-hmm. And growing up, I had a lot of anxiety.
Okay.
I wasn't really able to express myself the ways I wanted to. More of a observant person growing up. So it was kind of rough for me to try to find an outlet in terms of like, expressing my heart. And if, even if I'm happy, it would be hard for me to express that. So I started writing. And my older brother actually, introduced me into rap and listening to Nas and things like that. And I took a liking to it really quickly. I started to imitate like Nas and Lauryn Hill and all of these figures.
And Nas is that Queens connection.
Yeah, for sure. Because gotta shout out Queens and the BX too. But for sure. And I really gravitated to the woke messages. Because from, observing growing up, it wasn't, it was anxiety provoking. There was no like ease or peace that I can find around me from just like shooting outside. Like, you go out, you can't really trust people. And so I feel like, music and the woke message of just like getting out of that and feeling safe is what I clung to the most. So that's like a huge part of who I am as an artist and stuff like that.
Got you. So you have, so right now you have a single out. It's called Forever Grateful, right?
Yeah.
That's out right now. And what's it called? You're working on a more long-term project that's to be coming out at some point in time?
Yeah. So Forever Grateful is like a single I put out that I had recently got out of a business, I guess, artist-manager relationship. And it didn't really go anywhere. And I felt like I was stagnant at the moment. So that night I wrote that record. I was at work because I'm a nurse. So I do the overnight shift. And one day I just wrote that song. I heard the beat, and it's like a gospel beat.
Oh yeah, the gospel. Yeah, if y'all haven't heard this track, go check it out. The gospel bop on it is crazy.
Yeah,
like, it's a really cool track.
Yeah. So I heard it was like a Kanye type beat because he does that sound now.
Yeah, give me that.
He's one of the people like that's big on that. So I heard it and I'm like, nah, it goes crazy. Like this beat goes crazy. So immediately got inspired and wrote the whole song like that night. Like, but during my break, I literally had like 1 hour.
That's what's up. That's a New York hustle right there.
Yeah, I went crazy and just like, yeah, it did good. When I put it out, I got a lot of good feedback. And I love that record. But I am working on a project. It's called Never Created Nor Destroyed. Which is just, it's just one of the laws of the earth, which is, anything, energy, anything can never be created, nor destroyed. You just have to rearrange and realign things. So I'm working on that EP. It's been a long journey, especially because I'm very hands-on in terms of like production and how I want things to sound.
Oh, yeah, I've seen some of that on IG clips. Yeah.
So I'm really just going for the quality. Because I'm very passionate about what I sing about and the message in it. So,
do you still feel some of that same anxiety that you had when you were a kid, or do you now feel like you've moved past that a little bit?
I definitely feel like I moved past the anxiety, but I definitely feel like I had to learn how to cope with it because I feel like anxiety always exists, but you just have to know how to address it and use it to your benefit. So now for me, I'm more anxious when it's like, for instance, what I mentioned, I want my song to sound right, or I want a certain beat to sound right. So I'm going to get anxious at the fact that I'm aiming for perfection.
Right.
Not perfection, but like good quality stuff. So it works more for my good than it does for my bad.
Got you. It's more like you just want to make sure that it's up to snuff and whatnot. You feel any anxiety, Neakyy?
Yeah.
In terms of your
I was going to tap into this too. Like, the first show I had anxiety. Like, T, you could back me up on this.
Yeah.
I feel anxiety, but it took me time to be on the camera. From going into the Instagram live, to go into like, okay, the camera in my face right now, oh, snap. Like, y'all see me? So it's like, damn, like, now I can really face the camera now. Like, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different.
Yeah, which is crazy because most people have the opposite problem because like when you're doing it live, you can't really mess up.
Yeah, you can't mess up. You can't mess up.
Yeah, so like I was sort of surprised that you felt a little bit more anxiety doing this, but
even more like I have anxiety more doing this. Like the live was too comfortable. You in the house, you chilling.
Yeah, you're in the comfort of your own home. Yeah. There's no pressure really.
Right.
But when the lights and the camera turns on, it's like, okay, It's a different type of energy.
Energy. So,
Yeah.
So now it's like a part of me is like, I'm in the camera now. I have to show me, but in the camera now. The live is on, like, it's like two, like, it's like a layer of me and a layer of somebody else. Now the camera's on us. You know what I mean? So,
I also think a major part of like anxiety is your perception of what, like, you know, what you consider something to give you anxiety. You know, so like, for instance, the camera comes on for me, it's just like, okay, I'm chilling. I'm having a conversation, you know, like there shouldn't be no pressure. You should be able to be just as comfortable anywhere you go, you know, anywhere.
But even as a kid though, you know, like I used to like being like classes in school and like I really had to like, you know, I was like staying to myself, you know. I didn't really want to have any friends like that. So over the years, it took me time to like want to know
be
people
out there
and be out there. You know what I'm saying? So that had a bit effect on me too. I was as a kid, I was antisocial. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
Yeah, so it's good for that.
Yeah, when you're creative, it's hard to be like you have to be out there, like no matter what. Even as a photographer, you're behind the lens, but people
constantly.
You still need to It's that interaction you need to have with people to get your next client, to get your next booking.
That's why it's so essential. That's why I salute what's her name, Summer Walker, because like she's like clearly like
does not like people that
much.
much.
Doesn't like people, but she does it anyway because she loves what she does. So sometimes you have to overcome those barriers to do what it is you really want to do. Yeah, for sure.
Even everything that makes you feel uncomfortable, make it feel comfortable for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that goes back to perception. It's all about how you approach it.
So I got a question. How did y'all meet? Like how did y'all meet?
Start it off, bro.
How did y'all meet? What is the story? What is the story behind that? And another question as a caveat: what was your first impression of each other?
Oh shit.
It's crazy.
I don't know how far back you're trying to go.
And then maybe how has it changed over time?
You go far back at this. I remember it was like getting light and all that. What you doing?
Yeah. I remember
it was like, you know, I'm a little dancer. I'm my little 1-2s and all that.
But you know what's crazy? I think even like before that, we were beefing.
Oh, it started with beef.
We beefed.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we had
I forgot about that. You're right.
So paint the picture for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
so my memory is pretty like good, like on point. So, I remember, you know, we were in school, and I had a homegirl. I don't know like the like specifics, but I do remember there was an exchange with the girl that I had, and somehow he was like entangled in the middle of it. And I remember like pulling up to the classroom like hothead back then. Like I'm like so zen now, but like back then I was a totally different breed.
Right.
So I remember coming to the classroom and like coming at Nate like like talking shit, like stirring shit up, you know? And we were really beefing. No, we were really beefing.
That's fine.
You remember that though, right?
I remember that.
We were beefing and but before we were beefing, we were really cool. Like we used to get light and dance and stuff together.
I was dating that girl.
Yeah, he was dating that girl at the time.
Yeah, at the time. So, you know, I just, you know, as time go on, you know, we get through things, we gotta get out of things. So, you know,
yeah, she's one of those girls.
One of those girls.
I mean, shit.
One girl.
But
one of those girls like come and go.
But yeah,
Shit.
so that didn't last long. We, you know, I think we graduated. I think we mended that situation.
So we're talking high school here or something like that?
Yeah, around high school time.
Yeah.
So you guys been friends for a while now.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been some time, so you know, listen again.
Yeah, so you know, we were really cool. And then I think we really like got back closer when he invited me on his live. Cause we were talking, of course, like, you know, hanging out from time to time. But he went live on his podcast and he had me on as a guest. Me and Polka.
Yeah.
Shout out Polka.
Shout out to Pocahontas too, by the way. Cause she's the one that made me want to get into the podcasting life.
Yeah.
You know, besides the live Instagram. So shout out to my friend Polka.
Shout out to her. Love you, girl. But yeah, so
you were on the early iteration of the show.
Yeah. Like before the vision entirely came together. Yeah. So he had us on. He was asking us like various questions. The chemistry, the energy was super fire. The type of questions he was asking was just super dope. And I was just like, nah, wait. Nikki can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when he asked me to be on, I was like, Nah, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen the vision, and I know Nickyy's background, and we have a certain type of understanding. So it was dope to like, be a part of it. Well, being a part of it is dope.
Like,
And then
like even the vision that I have right now, like artists don't be like, they just in the studio every day, they're working to give they get chief yourself. Like, even that, I want to give people a voice to come on my podcast and really talk their shit. You know what I'm saying? Basically,
talk about
like,
their
come on
passion.
here,
Yeah.
be about everything, like your childhood, like how you got into music, everything. I feel like your voice has to be heard on my podcast.
It does. And I feel like because we come from a background where like sometimes we couldn't express ourselves how we wanted to.
Right.
We want it to be a safe place for people to come and express themselves and feel vulnerable and create, like bounce ideas off of each other. Everything doesn't have to be staged and fake, and you know what I'm saying? Like incognito is pretty cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like being natural and just embracing how you feel at the moment is pretty dope. So yeah.
That's
Appreciate you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like we just had a heart to heart.
Okay.
Word.
All right. So man, you guys have known. So you guys probably, since you guys have known each other for so long, you guys probably got mad stories. But
Yeah, mad stories.
So when I ask this question, this might be a little bit difficult, but I'm hoping y'all can give me something good. All right.
Okay.
And something good for the audience and the people watching and viewing out there. So the question is, what's one experience or story that you've had with the other person that best shows who that person is?
That's a good question. That's a good question right there.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that question right now.
The best?
Man.
Okay, I need a second.
You need a second too for this one.
The best?
You caught me on guard. You caught me on guard just now.
That was a good question though.
Mm-hmm.
I would say,
or a moment where you're just like, you know what, I really fucks with that person.
I think Neakyy had a specific photo shoot with an artist, very popular. And he offered, for me to come with him because he knows I'm an artist and I'm working my way up. And sometimes it can be hard. And he basically put me in position to connect with that person,
See, that's what's up. I like that.
Yeah. And I like, people who don't just think about themselves and, who wants to see somebody else get on. So for me, that was like, nah, that's solid. And I really fucked with that.
That's I appreciate you. I appreciate you. That's so.
I appreciate you too. That's
I wasn't
dope. I like
expecting that. That's so.
Yeah. I think that was the best.
I feel like the moment of time when I noticed that like our friendship was closer was when you supported me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, oh, I'm going to do this and that, but you was there. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for that, and it's touching.
Okay,
it's touching.
See, the waterworks is coming. Okay. No,
even like hearing stuff like that and be like, bro, you could do this. You could do this. Just put your mind to it. Even
like
the first episode.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, damn, like, you always had that encouraging attitude that had me like, damn, I could really do it. I could do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I really feel about that. I told you respect you as a friend.
Nah, that's love. I appreciate that.
All right. No, that's cool. Those are really cool stories, man. The other question I want to ask you guys about is just to ask you a little bit deeper question, maybe a more spiritual question. Absolutely. Is there anything, whether it's religious or spiritual, that drives you guys to do what you do?
That's a good question.
Spiritual. That's a very, very touchy subject for me. I can go on like
for days.
Yeah, for probably years if I had enough like lung capacity to keep talking that long. But what drives me is just, I don't judge anybody's faith or belief, but I personally believe in God. And I can go a lot of different ways with this, but I believe in God, and I believe that He cares about His children. And I believe that, He puts people and things in your life to help you thrive, and He gives you signs and wonders at the end of those signs if you're willing to follow. So that's my faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things on the earth that can't be explained. Scientists try to explain it. But that just doesn't apply to me. I know that there's a power higher than me. So that's my spiritual journey. Like I said, I can go on for days, but I believe in God, and I believe like He's the ultimate, architect, the grand architect.
Definitely.
For sure.
With my belief, my spiritual belief is God, of course. Like just believing in what I could do, succeeding, even get up in the morning time. Like when we sleep, we're sleeping somewhere else. So we gotta always just keep our paths and our mind driven, cause you just never know when your last day could be.
Right.
So just uplifting yourself every day, telling yourself that I can do this and I will do this. Like we need to hear this more. So even coming out from like a family, like my family's like very God driven. They go to church every Sunday.
Same.
And they believe in it. I no lie to y'all, like I really go to church. I haven't been to church in a while, but from like 1 to like 17 years old, I've been going to every New Year's. I go to church once a year. Not gonna say a lot, but like it's I had to go every year because I felt like I owe God something. Now we'll be going there soon to be continued, but
I don't think God is in a place though. I think God is just wherever you are.
No, definitely, and that's why I gotta start praying more and
absolutely.
His blessings come my way every single day.
Yeah, and to add to that too, like I came from the same type of background. Like my mom is just like a super prayer warrior. Like she's super, and my mom is like a house person. Like she doesn't go a lot of places, but the craziest thing about my mom is that she prays. And what I found through watching my mom is that she can make things happen like through prayer that she can't make happen going around and about and meeting different people in the streets. Right. So that to me was really big, like prayer and manifestation through prayer to God, because you can manifest in a lot of different ways, but I do believe you have to pray and
and like even like
stay steadfast in the word.
And as far as touching that subject about like moms, my mother even like driven me to become who I am today. Like if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be who I am right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my mother, by the way.
Yeah.
It just
Shout out to you too, mommy.
It's just like I really feel as if like, a mother's like my soul. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your heartbeat. That's something that brings you to this world. Like we have to cherish that.
Absolutely.
All right. And then kind of winding down here. What's it called? So obviously you guys are trying to reach a bunch of different audiences and whatnot.
Right.
So what is it that people are going to get from Talks with Neakyy? What can we expect? What do we got coming down the line? What can people be excited about for?
A voice, mainly. I just thought there. A voice. I'm coming direct, by the way. Becoming as far as like a voice, coming on my show, like whatever audience that you have on your IG, as far as like music, and I'm watching it. I'm watching everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm very in tune with people, and I want people to come on my show.
Content creators.
Content creators. I'm looking for, as far as that, I'm looking for everything driven coming my way right now. Mainly,
I think this podcast will be for people, like we said earlier, people who have been through something, artists, creatives, in that area. You can even be a football player, people who have passion for something and who like to talk, you'd like to talk about it.
Even have a story to tell, you know what I'm saying? Like some people, like we go through things in life, you know what I'm saying? Come here and just tell your story. We could definitely get into that.
For sure.
All right. And last but not least, is there anything else you want to tell the people?
Of course.
I mean, I know.
End it quick. I feel like it ended quick.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I felt like as far as like, like as a kid, I had a stuttering problem. I still do. Getting through it, as y'all can see, but, I feel like even if you have like a disorder like I have, like don't give up on your dreams. Like I've been praying on this podcast thing to go through for me for months and months and months. And like, I just want to like, just say that, like whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. Find a way. It's always a way. Get up, get the help you need, whatever it takes just to make your dream come true, because it's not easy.
Keep pushing. Yeah. I agree. I would just tell, the people to just have faith in something. I'm not saying my God would be nice, but just have faith and keep pushing. Anything worth having, is not easy, working for. So, or however it goes, I might be a little lit, but, but just keep pushing, have faith and trust in God, or trust in whatever you believe in to be your God, and keep pushing forward.
Amen to that. So thank you. I appreciate y'all. The Neakyy Show is back. And it's a lot we talk about.
Kings and
next
queens,
time.
you know the vibes. Next time. Peace.